Welcome to the first members only video. I have a new lens. Well, it's not a new lens, but it's the first time that I'm really using it for its close-up properties, and a new microphone I'm testing. So apologies in advance. Although I am a little blurry in the video, the good stuff isn't. As you can see, look, this, I don't think that's very in focus, but the gadgets in the video are in focus, and hopefully the sound's going to be okay for you. But anyway, and let me know what you think about it in the comments below. There's Wilf. It's because there's somebody at the door. So let me know what you think about it in the comments. Obviously, it's a work in progress. It's a learning curve. Hopefully there's some good information in there for you about my bags and what I'm carrying. And I will hopefully get everything in focus next time, maybe. Well, anyway, let me know what you think. Enjoy the video. See you later.
We're finally doing the bag and what's in the bag. So this is, one or two people were asking about this on the channel because they've seen it strapped to the front of the bike. This is Restraps, you can see there, Restraps bar pack, 10 litres. I got it because I wanted something that would fit on handlebars and was waterproof for the winter. And I've been using it, I think, since sort of last September, so quite a while now, and it has been sturdy solid. I'll take you through the features of the bag in a little while, and I'll empty it out and I'll take you through exactly what I carry every day. But it is waterproof. However, if you put something in the bag that is damp, the water also can't get out, so it kind of does make everything else in there damp as well. But it has been in some pretty torrential rainfall and has kept everything in there dry, so overall I'm pretty pleased with it. I love the strap on the top for sticking my coat under, or my chocolates if you've watched the latest video, but you can put all sorts of bits and pieces under there. It does have like a plastic backing, and I really like the way it attaches to the handlebars. If I can show you on here, the clips, they actually lift up from the bottom and then you feed it in from the top, which means that it's really quite easy to attach, especially if you've got other bits and pieces on your handlebars, which I do. I have a couple of feed bags and whatnot, so that's really nice, and then it cinches down really well. And to undo it, and they've not come loose, they've been absolutely rock solid, so I'm really pleased with those. The bungee cord, that's supposed to go around your frame just to stop it sort of flapping up like this. I'm reasonably pleased with it. I actually replaced it with a bit of webbing I'd got that had got a lock on it, so I can put that around and really lock it off, so it sits better against the frame. It doesn't jump about as much. I'm not particularly precious about my e-bike frame, so I'm sure it's rubbing and scuffing, but it doesn't worry me. The only scuff marks on the bag are kind of there. You can see where it's polished off a little bit. But other than that, it's in pretty good nick for the time I've been using it. I love how it cinches down at the sides. You can really pull it in, and it pulls the whole thing in, because it's all one strap from the back up to the buckle. So yeah, really good. And then you do have this pocket on the front. There is space in there for like a U-lock. I don't carry one, so what I do carry though, we'll start with the front pocket. I don't carry a lot in there, but it just opens up. I love the fact that it's orange inside. It's all orange inside, so you can see what's in your bag. But I do carry a very small cafe lock. It won't obviously protect you from if somebody really wants your bike, but just to nip into a cafe where you can keep your eye on it is brilliant. So I really love that. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to lay all this out and let you see it, so we'll get there. And the other thing, like, I either carry this in the front or in my pocket, is a really cheap B-twin from Decathlon multi-tool, because it just fits everything. And working with the kids and the kids' bikes, you know, you're always having to put a saddle up or saddle down or adjust the V-brakes or do something. So I just carry that with me, and it's brilliant. It's a bit heavy, but it's compact and it does the job. So super pleased with those. That's my front pocket. But to get into the bag, you just clip the buckles at the side, like so, and it's a roll top, which is lovely. Oh, you can't see me. I'll get there. So that's the inside, nice and orange. Let me tell you what I've got. Cones to get kids riding around the playground on. So that's what they're for. Cones, my instructor high-vis jacket. I then carry a massive roll of high-vis jackets for the students, because they all need one. So that's them. I also have to carry, obviously, first aid kit for any mishaps. And most important, this again, my mum actually bought this when my mum she treated herself to a little e-bike that didn't last very long, but she bought this B-twin pump for it, a Decathlon pump again, and it's just brilliant. It has got a gauge on it. That's only flimsy plastic on the front there. Not sure how accurate it is. I don't really use them, but I love the flexible hose. It's got a attachment on the end, so you can change that from Schrader to Presta just by flipping it. And then this obviously is not very good with my thumb since I broke it. Fiddly bits. Let's pop that back on. So it's Presta. There you go. And then when you screw it on, it is does rotate, so you're not messing the pump. It just screws on. And then what I really love is this great big extension and the handle flips, so you can get a really good purchase on it, and it inflates really quite quickly. Really, it's brilliant. There's a lock on it here, so you can pull it down, lock it in, so it won't come out. Apparently, there you go. So that'll just little pump. I think that's so you can do big pressures, or that one or the other. Anyway, it's a fantastic little pump. I don't think it was expensive. Decathlon, very well done with that. And I do keep a bit of, it's not Gorilla, is it Gorilla Tape? I don't know, but it's really sticky stuff. And that's just useful. Keep a little bit of that round there. So that's that. And then I've got my A5 flip pad for the kids, with some signs and stuff on the back, so I can get them to draw on it. Teaching aids, get them to draw their own routes. And then there's just I'll take this off, just like a laminated junction and some signs on the back. Keep them all. So yeah, that's very useful. That comes out quite a lot. did have a little magnet glued there so that when the bull clip was on it, it did stay shut, but it fell off. Obviously the glue wasn't very good. So A5 flip chart, and then this is my admin pouch that again is kept in this sort of waterproof bag. In there is my work diary, which is just a handmade leather wrap with a card and notebook in it, and so I can keep all my notes for work in there, and I also keep in there sometimes the maps for my risk analysis, and a pen. And I love these pens. These are the Pentel IZ, and there's 4 different colours in one pen, so you can just, which is lovely, and that saves carrying loads of pens, because I do like to colour code bits and pieces for my day. So that's my work diary. And then in here, Sharpies for writing out the, here we go, certificates for the kids, and the keeping there the badges that the kids get when they complete the levels, and my first aid book is in there, and some various work letters and bits and pieces. So that's the admin pouch. Getting quite a pile now, aren't we? And last but not least is my work toolkit. Yeah. So before we get to that, I'll just show you the inside of the bag. It's pretty cavernous. And that's it. That's the bag. It has got like a plastic insert in it, so it keeps its shape. And it's yeah, I've been really pleased with it, I've got to say. They currently retail at 124 quid. It's not cheap, but it's pretty robust, and I've been pleased with it so far. If 10 litres is just about okay with the cones and all the bits and pieces. 12 litres would have been ace. And I am considering upgrading to a slightly larger one, but not yet. It's okay. It's going to be brilliant for the summer. So pleased with it, yeah, altogether. And like you say, rolls down just like that, and then you can clip it in at the sides, and I love this, the way it cinches. So that's the bag. Brilliant. That's all my work stuff. I'm going to move that over there. Pump, lock, Maxpedition Fatty. Yeah, Maxpedition Fatty pouch, I think this is. And I love it. I've got quite a few of these Maxpedition pouches, and they are, well, they're brilliant. So in here, let me simply unzip. In the front pouch there, I've got some black nitrile gloves and a spare Ziploc pouch. So if we do have carry any waste materials, I've got somewhere to put it, and I've got some gloves immediately to hand. Inside is basically everything I need to fix most of the really common things that go wrong with 1x8 speed 20 to 26 inch wheeled V-brake bikes. The only thing I've taken out of here is my spoke key, because that's in my main toolkit, because I've been using it in the workshop. But I do carry the spoke key as well, so I can true wheels up in the field if I need to. But to take you through this, most common things are cable cutters. There's a guy I work with, and I have done it in the past. He uses just a pair of like electrician's pliers, and because he's got the grip strength of the Hulk. I don't anymore, so these are heavy, but it's worth carrying about if you need to change a gear cable or a brake cable in the field. These are absolutely invaluable. So yeah, and I've had those quite a long time. They're only Halfords bi-cut ones. They weren't expensive, but they're really good, do the job. And then in the front pocket here, I carry a Ziploc bag with bar ends. They can't really let anybody ride a bike without, if the bar end is missing or has been pulled out, so they're always being replaced. So I carry 4 or 5 of those. I carry a couple of spare brake cables. I carry normally a couple of spare gear cables to replace those. Always carry lots of spare noodles. These things I can't tell you how many times I replace these because they've been broken or snapped when people fall off and the bars twist round, and so loads of them. Again, rubber boots for V-brakes. We were talking about these in the workshop the other week, and yeah, apart from sort of vaguely weatherproofing, we can't really figure out why we bother with them, but we do. And loads of bar ends. So that's what's in the front pouch. I don't think there's anything else in there. Oh, apart from tucked obviously around the sides, I keep a couple of zip ties, just useful. Don't weigh anything. I always keep a couple of inner tubes and cut them for elastic bands. They're really useful. I've got a puncture repair kit here, as you can see, with a inner tube band around it. Just keeps it all nice and together. And in there is obviously vulcanizing rubber with lots of patches. They're not very good ones. I bought them off eBay, but they do. They're okay to sort of get somebody back home or back to the school. Bit of chalk, very useful, with a scuffing pad, some obviously sandpaper to rough everything up with, lots of patches, and always worth carrying is a little Presta to Schrader adapter, so you can use car service station pumps. That's always useful, or car pumps. So always keep a couple of inner tubes cut up as elastic bands. Very old plastic puncture repair case. So that's that. Random green zip tie. Always useful if cables are sticking out and everything. B-twin tyre levers, very useful. Always 3. Make sure they've got spoke hooks on them, and away you go. Very, very useful. Can't do without them. This was bought for me on my 20... Do you know, I want to say my 21st, but it wasn't my 21st. Maybe my 23rd, 24th birthday. And that was bought for me by Helen Parsons, a very old friend of mine who I worked with at Extra Personnel. And my birthday was coming up in the office, and she just knew. She was just brilliant like that. She just knew what to get you. And she bought me this Topeak Alien tool, and I have had it since then, for just donkey's years now. About 4 years, because I'm only nearly 30. That's not true. So I had it a very long time. It's a bit heavy to be carrying about with me now if I go out just for a ride. But in this context, it does everything, and I've modded it. I had a Topeak ratchet, and the ratchet broke, so I've inserted it into these Allen keys. I've taken the 6mm Allen key out and put this holder in. So that's the 6mm bit, which just sits in there. And this is my little tin, Bicycle Adventure Club tin of goodies. In the bottom of here, I've glued 3 magnets. And on top of the magnets, I've even got my name, look, on the inside. and on top of the magnets I've put a layer of cut up in a tube, and you can see, I'll take the plastic bag out, they're all the cable ends and also some spare 8-speed quick links. So there's a bag of them for when I change cables. But then in there, apart from that plastic valve cap, in there are all the metal bits and pieces. This is off the Topeak tool, but the clip broke years ago, so that's the pedal spanner and various spanners. I have drop me bits. I've got all sorts of replacement pins, replacement noodle. There are some spare links in there. There is a chain holder here. I think I've made that out of a spare spoke, just so I can hold the chain to work on it. There's a chain breaker on the Topeak tool, which is enough. And so, yeah, you can see there everything from Torx bits to Phillips screws that will... I have duplicated a couple of the bars there, but I'm covered. It just does... There's I don't think there's much it doesn't do. So that's my... And you can see in the bottom, I've lined it with rubber, and there's 3... You can see from the bottom, look, there's 3 big magnets in there that you know, really are just so useful. And this, obviously, alien tool, it comes apart. Put it back together. It comes apart, so you can use the bits separately. It also does have spoke keys on them and spanners, and it's got a tiny locking knife and a pry bar and the chain tool, and also the extension bit, so that turns that into a pedal spanner. There's just not a lot you can't do with it, really. It's worth carrying about. And the other thing I tried to do when I put this together as well is, in my head, and I didn't know, I had to sort of prepare for the event that somebody might pinch my bike, they might pinch my stuff, and if they pinch this, is it the cheap stuff that I can replace? And so that's why in here, you know, yeah, it's quite heavy, there are some bits, but I can fix everybody's bikes with it, from punctures to pedals to spoke wheel truing to V-brakes, gear cables, brake cables. I can pretty much fix everything with it, and it's replaceable as well. So there's a pocket in here, so there's more. These are brilliant. I carry a lot of these around. They're little micro towels, so you can put some water on that out of your water bottle and you get a nice big wet wipe, basically, for cleaning up with. And it's always worth carrying a couple of really quick patches. They're brilliant, they are. You just get them out, stick them on the tube, and you're done. This side, chain breaker, there's a little magnet in there that's fell off, but I also keep some 8-speed quick links in there, so that allows me to break and chains back together, and it's supposed to be a tyre lever as well, but I wouldn't, you know, we've always got those. And this is probably the most brilliant, useful thing in the whole kit. It is a Leatherman Squirt PS4, and I don't think you can buy them anymore, but this is absolutely magic for pulling bits of metal out of tyres, for oh God, I can't tell you what I've used those for. Just all sorts of things. It's an absolutely brilliant little tool. There's a pair of scissors on it. There are Phillips and flathead screwdrivers on it with a bottle opener if you need one. There's a file which is very useful, a fine and a rough file, and a small knife, which is plenty sharp enough. And yeah, I think the closest thing to one of these now is like Gerber maker version, but it is a little bit bigger. But that is absolutely, can't do without it. And my latest addition is a pair of Knipex pliers. Pliers, are they? What do they call them? Anyway, this is like up to a 23mm gap in this. So this basically is for bolts. So BMX bolts, 15mm bolts on the back of your BMX axles. I can fix and sort those out. Anybody's got bolts on their V brakes I can use. They grip pretty well, but they're not ridged. They're flat. It's a flat surface, so it doesn't chew anything up. You can just use it. So that replaces all the sockets that I used to carry, or the spanners that I used to carry. Although I'm duplicating it on here, it means that I can perhaps hold this one end and spanner with the other. So I'm really, and they're the 125mm ones, so they're tiny, but really pleased with those. What else have I got? Oh, more bungee elastics, some zip ties, because you can never do without them. There you go. And in the front, like I said, black nitrile gloves and a spare. I've already got some rubbish bolts in there from obviously a repair I've done. And that's it. And that's the Maxpedition Fatty, which is just brilliant. So that's it. That's my bag. That's what's in my bag. So hope you've enjoyed that. Any suggestions, any questions, pop them in the comments below. If there's any more you want to know, or if there's something I haven't explained or I've missed, anything I haven't talked about, please let me know. And thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you like this video and share it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay. So for those of you that are interested, I'm going to let you see me pack it all away again, because I've got it all out, need to put it away. So let's start with putting my little box back together. With that goes in there. I can put those together. That little bag of goodies, which is, there's a couple of quick links in there, and chain pins. That fits in there. I think that's it, isn't it? Yes. Anything and everything you could want. Okay, and that fits there. Okay. In here. We're going. I'm going to put those, all the big ones, in the back there. And get some in here, ready for pulling straight out, along with that. Put that at the bottom because it's a bit rough. Bit chalk, sandpaper and extra things, tube of vulcanizing glue. I think that's everything in there. That's it. And elastic band, inner tube. Cut a thin piece of inner tube. That's that done. That goes in there. They go in there. And then I can take those, poke them down there in the back. 1, 2, 3. And put those in as well. Some of them, and then back into my bag here goes the cables and spare noodles. and all the bar ends. That's from there, so that's good. Okay, they go in one of them. Good. That goes in there. That goes behind there. That goes in there, along with zip ties down the side. Brilliant. And then they sit on there nicely. That goes just in there, like so. Yeah, we're getting there, aren't we? And that's it. And that should close up like so. Nitrile gloves in the front. Spread them out so they're reasonably flat. And my bag of rubbish. That's it. Please like, please share, please subscribe.